Hi, I'm Laura. I'm making my own graduation dress, and this is the documentation of the process.
Welcome back. It's the final mock-up of the corset. We've come a long way, but not quite far enough yet. The last fitting was a little tight. So before I move on, I wanted to add boning channels and do one more check to make sure I can actually, breathe. To make channels, I cut strips of fabric about 1.5 inches wide, basically homemade bias tape, and sewed them down as castings for the bones to slide into. I have to sew in a perfectly straight line. And it sounds so simple, but it's not. I don't know if it's the machine or if it's me, but I genuinely cannot stay focused long enough to keep it straight. I always end up rushing the fabric through and just hoping for the best.
So the basic process of putting these bonies in is basically I take the seams, I iron them down like I did over here because I only want one boning per seam. And then I basically take this, put it in the middle of those two, sew it down. Hopefully it looks like this, and hopefully it's even on all sides, which is not, but that's okay because this is going to be the lining. And yeah, the only thing that's going to be tough is making sure that this is nice and padded when it goes into the corset, because this is gonna kill and destroy all the sewing that I put into this. So I have to figure out how to soften that end up. I know I could burn it, but I don't like using flames, so.
And while we're here, can we talk about the sewing machine for a second? Okay, I thrifted it, so I can't complain about the price, but I feel like half the sewing is just fixing the machine. The bobbin thread comes loose, the tension goes off randomly, and decides to just stop cooperating mid-seam. Has to hold it together for the final. That's all I'm asking. One thing I had to decide was, do I leave the boning channels visible on the outside or hide them in the lining? It's going in the lining because the ugly part nobody has to see because I can't sew straight. So finally, we have a functioning prototype. The fit is right, the channels are in, albeit not straight, and I know exactly what I'm gonna do for the real thing. So time for actual construction, praying to the Viking gods of Husqvarna that the machine does not die on me when it counts. And I'll see you next time. Wish me luck.